Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about on Fit Friday, one of my favorite ways of rolling out and relieving tight, tense muscles is this wonderful little tube with bumps on it and this great little ball that also has bumps on it. So there's a couple little tools that are very easy to get a hold of, and it can do you a lot of good with your workout in terms of relieving sore muscles, tense muscles, strain, pain, and then helping you to perform better in your workouts. So there's two parts that I find that get really tight a lot, and it's really hard to stretch it out. So the first part, most people don't even think about it, is right under here, kind of where your lats are, sort of down from the side. And there's a lot of tension that comes through the back and into the side and right in underneath the armpit there, right in behind the armpit. And there's a muscle there, the teres major, and that really gets tight a lot, and it causes a lot of problems in other places. So in order to relieve that, we can use our wonderful little rolly tube and just laying on your side. So trying to support your body weight. You can decide how much weight you want to put on there and roll out, and you'll see based on how tense you are how much weight you can put on there. So if you can put on a little bit more weight, then you can lift your body up and put it on there. If not, then keep it down or lower as you're rolling, and you can use your legs to take the weight off. So you're just going to start up underneath the armpit and rolling down to about halfway on the rib cage here, and then back up. And you're going to do that about 4 or 5 times, nice and slow, rolling it up there. You can use your hand to guide the roller, especially if you're keeping your hip on the floor, depending where you are. Right up into the back. Ooh, I can feel that there. Wow. Yeah. And then right down, halfway to the rib cage, and back up. So there's number 4. And then when you get up to the top, you're going to just rest on it, and you're going to do a sweep with your arm. So back and to the front. And again, about 4 times. Nice and slow. And what this does, it's a myofascial technique which applies pressure to the muscles, tissues, fascia. And fascia is kind of like this stiff, plasticky stuff that's in there, and it sticks to things, and if we don't roll it out and keep stretching it, it kind of gets sticky, and that's where the tight muscles and the knots come from. So, and there's about 4. And so then of course you'd repeat on the other side. Now the other part of our body that gets really tight is the IT band down the side here, and it's a very difficult part to stretch. So again, I like to use the roller for that. And I'm just going to go on the other side now. And it doesn't really matter which side you start with, but do both sides, obviously. And again, you're going to control the amount of weight that you put on here. Okay, so you're going to make sure that as you're doing this, you want to have your body lined up properly. So your elbows underneath your shoulder to start with to support that weight. And your roller is kind of at the top of the hip here, just below, but not on the hip bone. And then you're going to, if you can put all your weight on there, do that. If you've done it for a while, if your muscles aren't quite so tight, you can put more weight on it. If you're finding it's really sore, definitely drop the legs down, use that front leg for support, and then roll and back. And you can ease your way down, so you can roll down half an inch or a couple inches there and roll back up an inch. And then down a couple inches and back up an inch. And down a little bit more, and up just a bit. And so about 4 times should get you to the middle of your thigh there. For me, that's the tightest part usually. And then what you want to do is you want to do some cross frictions. So rolling forward and back across that middle piece, across that tight spot there. Gently, nice and slowly, again, determining how much weight you want to actually lay on that roller. And if you find that the ones with the little bumps are too intense for you, you can get some without bumps. You can get some that are just dense foam. They don't have the hard plastic inside. So, you start out with whichever one is going to work for you. There we go. And after you've done about your 4 there, we're going to continue down, rolling, and back up just a tad. Adjust your arm at the top too. Keep going. You're going to do that all the way till you get right above the knee. So another 4 little scoots down. And when you get there, again, we're going to do the cross frictions. Back and forth, right across. So all where the muscles sort of insert and attach can get really tight there. And so the pressure from the roller as you're pushing on there and then releasing, it allows the blood flow to quickly come to that spot and help release tension. Okay, and then take a rest. And there we go. So those are two great exercises that you can use the roller for to help get rid of tight spots that you probably didn't even know you had. So I challenge you, give it a try and see what happens. The other one I learned at a really great workshop a couple weeks ago. A great kinesiologist in town, Lise Dallin McMillan. She did a great myofascial class, and she used a ball. And this, truthfully, is an old dog toy that my dog never actually used. But because it has a hole in the middle, it's not quite as dense as, or not quite as hard as maybe a lacrosse ball or a racquetball or something like that. But you can use a tennis ball, you can use the lacrosse or racquetball. Again, depending on where you're starting, you want to pick a tension that's going to be good for you. And so a great reliever, neck tension reliever. You're going to put this, pick a side, on, not on your spine, but to the side of it, in that nice, where the neck muscles go up the side of your spine. You're going to put it on the side. So I'll do the left side, putting it there, and putting it under, and then you're going to roll your head side to side, gently, looking back up at the ceiling, and then rolling it back over to the side where the ball is. Nice and gently, rolling it back over. And again, about 4 times. If you find a spot that's really tight, like I just found one right there, so I'm going to hold it right there just for a few seconds. Let your body relax into it. Make sure you're breathing, okay? None of this holding your breath, because a lot of times when we feel a little bit of that pain or tension, we want to hold our breath, but you want to take a deep breath in and blow it out. Your muscles really need that oxygen to function well too. Okay, so you're going to do that and rest. Okay, and the other spot that this part goes with the neck and everything is the upper back, so the thoracic spine. So it's that space between here and here, that space in between your shoulder blades there, that, you know, the shruggy part, that would be your thoracic spine. So again, not on the spine, but close to it. You're going to find a spot about where you can reach up with your hand, and you're going to just sort of wiggle in there till you feel it. Oh, it's kind of by my shoulder blade there. That's where I want it. Maybe you have to roll down a little bit. And then again, you just lay on it, nice and relaxed. This one you don't have to move. You can just lay here, deep breathing for about 3 or 4 nice deep breaths. Letting the weight of your body push down and relieve that tension. Again, with the myofascial technique, you're applying pressure to the tense muscle, and as you release, breathing in the air and giving it all the oxygen, and then as you release and roll off the ball and sitting up, then the blood flow can surge back in and help to relieve those tight muscles. So those are a few of my favorite ways to do the rolling. And then that's a great thing to do before you stretch, or even you know, after your workout, before you do the stretch, before you go home. Grab one of the rollers. A lot of the gyms will have them, and if they don't, you know what? My husband actually got this for me at Marshall's here in Kelowna. So a lot of places, they have them now. Great for traveling. You can even get travel ones in little bags. I take this one traveling. It's hollow, so I, you know, put other things in there, so it's not actually taking up any extra room in my suitcase. I put my socks and things in there. So it's a great tool, great to have in your fitness workout bag. So hopefully this little Fit Friday video helped you out today. I know it was a bit longer today, so thanks for joining in, and hope you get some benefit out of it. Have a great Friday, everyone.